prior to your regularly scheduled council meeting. There are executive sessions, you're aware of those. I will make sure that in the rules that the list is current to whatever's in statute. I'm pretty sure that's a current list there, but I'll make sure. And then your rules talk about the fact that the media is welcome at your meetings, and that as long as they don't interfere with your orderly conduct, they can record in any variety of ways. And before we get to the next section, RJ, I'll pause here. This is where the mayor and I have a recommendation for your consideration. The first is what to do when we have 5 Mondays in a month. Currently what we do, because your rule prescribes that the workshop will be held the Monday immediately prior to a regular meeting, we skip the 4th Monday and we meet on the 5th Monday so that we can catch the 1st Monday the following month and have that week to week. The mayor and I would like to propose to you that we change that practice, and that we stay 1st and 3rd and 2nd and 4th, and that if there is a 5th Monday, that it's an off week. That might happen, I think it's a couple times a year if my calendar memory serves me. So those 3 times a year, those
typically.
Those occasions, there would be a week off for the council in between the meetings. I haven't done a poll of all communities in the state. Just my own personal experience, that's fairly common practice to not meet on the 5th. There is one of our proposals. The other one, I might as well throw that one out for your consideration as well, is something that I suggested to Sean, and that is that on 2nd and 4th Mondays at 5:30, which is the time that we have our workshop, that you convene a regular meeting, very limited duration, to consider a consent agenda. And then at the conclusion of that consent agenda, then you would move into your workshop. So it could be 5:35, 5:40, 5:45, depending upon what was going on. Actually, what I had suggested was to do consent after the workshop. And the reason for my suggestion is trying to provide as many opportunities as possible for your decision making, and not confining the decision making to 2 weeks in a month, because sometimes there can be 3 weeks before you can make a decision. Other communities convene regularly, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Some communities have work sessions every week for a couple of hours, and then have a consent meeting every other week, and then the other week is a full meeting. It would probably extend 2nd and 4ths a little bit, but the idea would be it would be routine business that would come before you and be on consent. So those are the 2 things.
So for example, AP would be something that could be put on that consent agenda.
Correct.
And that would give us a better opportunity to take early payment discounts and avoid late payment fees and
setting hearings.
I'm sorry?
Setting hearings as well. Right now, you could set a hearing in week 3, and then 4 and 5 have to go by, and you're not hearing until week 1. So there's been 3 weeks between setting the hearing and holding the hearing. This could put you in a position of having a hearing the week after that you've set it, unless there's other notice requirements that would be longer than a week. But it's not uncommon to set hearings with that kind of proximity. And other routine types of business could go through. And then if there was something that was pretty pressing, because things come up, it would provide an opportunity for you to take action. And of course, it's consent agendas, anything could be pulled for your specific consideration. So 2 recommendations. Don't meet on the 5th, always be 1st through 4th. And the other is to consider the possibility of having consent. And there could be a week on a 2nd and 4th where we would all come at 5:30 and we wouldn't have something for you on consent. We'd move right away into workshop. So maybe we could pause it, right in the moment and have a council discussion about that.
I like the 2nd and 4th, I mean 2nd and last. And it seems to me that we have, really, we need quarterly budget meetings, and that those might fit on the fourth Monday.
You don't have to use up all the Mondays.
Well, I
You
know
can take a day off.
I know I'm a bit of a nerd on that kind of stuff, or a wonk, but I just think that extra Monday could be a single subject long workshop. And budget comes immediately to mind on that.
For training, or use it for training for something, John?
As far as the taking action at before workshops, I have to think about that a little more. It sounds appealing, but at the same time, it also sounds maybe a little too much, but let me think on that. But as far as I definitely agree with you on the 4th, having the meeting on the 4th and not on the 5th. It gives continuity to the public as well, as far as everyone knows, it's the 2nd and 4th every month. So that's my feeling on it.
I would agree with John. I like the sense that it sends a sense of continuity to the public, 2nd and 4th. Furthermore, I actually like the idea of having consent agenda issues come up on workshop agendas.
Yes.
Because we have, I think we're starting to move forward as a council, and we have a lot of things that need to happen, and it is very difficult when we, when it takes us 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 10 weeks to make those things happen. I think that is, they're routine things. We can all agree that they need to occur, and I think it's important that we have every opportunity to facilitate expediency in allowing those things to happen. So I would agree with, I would definitely concur with your idea.
I agree with Molly. I think that it would be, at least, at the very least, it'd be interesting to try it for 6 months and see how that plays out. Because I guess I'm more concerned about that we get the bills paid and some of those issues that we've discussed in the past. And that's my only concern, is just that we get the bills paid and payroll taken care of and that kind of stuff. But I certainly see where it could expand out to the other.
I'm also in favor of using the first 4 Mondays of the month, whether it's those are 5th Monday or not. I think that's an excellent idea. It does provide consistency. It's much easier for people to remember, the public included. As far as consent agenda at the beginning of workshop, I don't have a problem with that either. I think that there's a lot of routine things. We need to move the city along. I totally agree with Molly, and I would be in favor of it.
I just want to say thanks to the staff and the mayor for taking this issue on and coming up with a good suggestion.
From my standpoint, I certainly agree with Jennifer, all the way through. To me, meeting on whichever Mondays doesn't matter. I block out all my Mondays anyway.
I know, me too.
It's just a question of what facilitates better for the public to know when we're typically going to meet and go from there. But I also don't stand here on the off Monday to see if anybody comes to the door and shakes on the door to see if we're here at 5:30. So I don't know.